Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about updates surrounding a Ukrainian CBDC and what this means for Stellar. On the 21st of March, the CEO of Stellar, Danielle Dixon, appeared on CoinDesk where she provided details in regards to developments surrounding a Ukrainian CBDC in view of the recent conflict between Russia and Ukraine. So Dixon came forward to provide details in regards to CBDC developments in Ukraine, namely due to the Stellar blockchain being directly utilized in CBDC developments in the nation. So the following clip features Dixon providing details in regards to developments surrounding CBDCs in Ukraine.
So I don't know the date of the launch, and this is something that we're going to continue to work with them on. But what's important is that there have been some disruptions with respect to folks who some of them can't no longer go into the office, and some of them are no longer able to have the access to it. So it is not as consistent as it once was before, and we are working with them throughout this. But so I don't have an update on timing of the pilot, but I just want to tell you that it is something that they're continuing to focus on. And as you can just see, just by the fact that they passed this digital assets bill, this cryptocurrency bill in Ukraine, this is still a really important part of what they want to do. And we want to just do everything we can to support the focus of the hryvnia itself and the strength of that particular currency there, and also just do what we can to support any of the humanitarian efforts that they have. So it is definitely one of those things that it's a work in progress, but with respect to the work with Tascam Bank and with the Ministry of Digital Finance, it's a pretty remarkable step forward that they're focused on all of these efforts despite what's happening in Ukraine.
So news surrounding the continued progression of CBDCs in Ukraine is coupled with news of Stellar working alongside a number of other banks within the nation in Bit and Tascam Bank in view of launching a pilot CBDC scheme. So the launching of this pilot scheme will be a means of determining whether a CBDC would be a viable means of conducting payment action execution across the wider Ukrainian economy. So prior to the current war, the Ukrainian president stated that it was his intention to transition Ukraine to a cashless society by 2022. However, despite the Ukrainian government setting such a target, the Ukrainian government didn't give a definitive date in regards to when a CBDC would be issued to the wider Ukrainian economy. So despite the ongoing war, it looks likely that a CBDC will be directly leveraged into the wider Ukrainian economy. And this news will be extremely bullish and exciting for the overarching Stellar network, whereby either a public or private variant of the Stellar blockchain will be directly utilized in a Ukrainian CBDC. If the public Stellar blockchain is directly utilized and implemented into a Ukrainian CBDC, this could lead to millions of transactions synonymous with CBDC actions being actively verified and validated through the Stellar blockchain. And this will lead to increases in the demand for XLM, which will act as gas to actively verify such actions. And as a result, the price of XLM will see synonymous increases. But even if a private variant of the Stellar blockchain is implemented into a Ukrainian CBDC, this could be equally as exciting for Stellar, where a world-renowned institution in the Ukrainian central bank directly leveraging Stellar's utility, namely its blockchain technology, indicates the effectiveness and advantages Stellar's technology provides for a number of developments surrounding DLT. And this factor could lead to more developers or even other institutions looking at Stellar as a viable option for DLT initiatives for their own developments. So it makes no surprise that the likes of the Ukrainian central bank are looking to Stellar surrounding developments to their CBDC, namely due to the innate qualities associated with Stellar, whereby in terms of transaction finality it only takes 3 to 5 seconds to verify a transaction, and transaction fees connected to the Stellar network is seemingly minute and redundant. And also the Stellar network also provides wide-scale scalability, and this will lead to improvements in the ability for transaction validation to be validated over the wider Ukrainian economy. So the innate qualities attached to the Stellar network may have been the reason as to why the central bank didn't look to legacy infrastructure, namely SWIFT, to power their CBDC offering, whereby in cases surrounding SWIFT, transaction validation as well as cost effectiveness are serious limitations surrounding the technology. So the direct incorporation and the implications surrounding the utility of the Stellar network indicates the progress DLT is making across a number of industries, especially surrounding global finance and CBDC developments. So as well as Stellar's involvement in CBDC developments, especially in Ukraine, Stellar is also set to be directly utilized in the impending ISO 20022 cross-border payment infrastructure compliance mechanism. So this new standard will lead to improvements in the ability for datasets stored and held by financial bodies being actively exchanged to each other through the direct utility of ISO 20022 compliant cryptocurrencies, whereby with the innate features and characteristics connected to the Stellar network, cross-border payment action execution will be validated at rapid rates when varying financial bodies wish to actively communicate and send datasets to each other. So the ISO 20022 standard of cross-border payment action execution is set to be rolled out in November 2022. And this factor will be huge for the overarching Stellar network, as the potential for sizable volumes of transactions actively verified and enabled through the Stellar blockchain between financial bodies will lead to sizable increases in the demand for XLM to actively verify such actions, and as a result, this could see sizable and significant changes to the price of XLM, especially over the long run, and when ISO 20022 is directly incorporated into the financial sector. So Stellar's involvement in a number of facets within the financial sphere, be it CBDC developments or improvements in cross-border payment action execution, could lead to Stellar becoming a key component of financial infrastructure. What are your thoughts on Stellar? Is progress surrounding a Ukrainian CBDC bullish for Stellar? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.